Today we delve into some of the untold aspects of American history, focusing on the controversial topic of the $5 Indian. This narrative has profoundly impacted the legacy and land rights of Black Americans. So, could the government and individuals have engaged in paper genocide to erase the history of Black people in America, who have been here before Christopher Columbus and are the oldest people on planet Earth? There are theories suggesting that Black people inhabited America long before European settlers arrived. Findings and historical accounts hint at a pre-Columbian presence that Black Americans been here and they are not African, offering a fascinating overview of early American civilizations. Scholars even know that Black people are indigenous to America and owned land well before Columbus set foot on these shores, which ties into broader theories about America's ancient history. Paper genocide is defined as the systematic erasure of people's identity and heritage through legal means. Over time, the reclassification of Black Americans significantly affected their status and land rights purposely by the government. Through the manipulation of documentation, indigenous Black Americans were legally recategorized as African descendants rather than Native Americans, even though they are not from Africa, effectively cutting off their land claims and historical connections to America. The term $5 Indian refers to a practice during the late 19th and early 20th centuries where non-native people, primarily white settlers, paid to be added to the Native American rolls. They were prisoners of war from Rome and migrated to America from Siberia and Mongolia. This allowed these individuals to gain land, resources, and benefits originally meant for indigenous communities, including Black indigenous Americans. The Dawes rolls, which were initially intended to provide benefits to Native Americans, were manipulated by people looking to fraudulently claim Native identity. The historical manipulation had profound effects on Black Americans. Due to legal reclassification, they lost not only recognition, but also rights to land and resources that had been passed down for generations. Some believe this was part of a larger effort to displace Black landowners and erase their cultural heritage. Various laws and social policies specifically targeted Black Americans, including the discriminatory practices of the Jim Crow era. These actions further marginalized Black Americans, allowing others to control resources and history that might have otherwise been theirs. The lasting impact on Black Americans, who lost land rights and historical recognition due to these policies, cannot be overstated. These issues still resonate today, with many Black Americans tracing their heritage back to indigenous groups, despite legal barriers. It's important to consider the long-term effects of historical erasure and how it continues to affect communities today. As we conclude, it's crucial to reiterate the importance of exploring hidden histories and acknowledging these untold stories. I invite you to dig deeper into these complex narratives and question the historical narrative that has long been accepted. Let's call for a more inclusive view of American history, one that recognizes all contributions and acknowledges all people who have been here from the start.